How y'all doing? I'm doing good. I hope y'all doing good. All right, hurry up. Come on, sit down. We gotta talk. So, whether you know or not, there's a window that's closing. You guys, there's a very specific time frame that's closing right now as we speak. And that door, that window is an extreme shot to success. It is a launch to a whole different lifestyle you never thought you'd be able to live, especially in time that we live in right now. That window, that door is an opportunity. Where these clouds come from? It was all sunny today. That window that I'm talking about, believe what you want, is going to be a door, your door, to a whole different plane of life of which you've never experienced before. But in order to do that, in order to walk through that door, you got to make sacrifice and you got to put yourself out there. You have to put yourself out there, bro. I don't know what type of insecurities you have, but they fake. It don't matter. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say. Insecurities are fake. And I'm not saying that people don't struggle with their self-image. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that insecurities are simply micromanagements that we hold on ourselves that oftentimes people do not see. Most of the time, any of your insecurities, if you were to bring it up to a different individual, they will look at you crazy. In fact, that happens all the time. I know. People are, I'm insecure about my nose or some shit. They be like, stop fucking playing with me. Or like, I'm insecure about like freckles or pimples. Fuck all that. Because at the end of the day, embarrassment and insecurities, the fear of your imperfections being seen, right? All that stems from the overgiving power that you give other people's perspectives. Other people's perspectives, you give them too much power. You shouldn't be giving them any power at all. Here's the thing. If there is something on your body of which they had nothing to do to put there, if there is something about your lifestyle they are not financially capable of changing, if they are trying to clown you for doing something they haven't even tried yet, or clown you for trying to pick up something that they have been trying for a while, because y'all on a different skill level, you have to understand those major three things, that is a them problem. That's not your problem. You over here stressing yourself out. You over here holding yourself back. You over here trying to make sure you hide yourself from certain people for the problems they have. That's all insecurity is. And the thing is, this power that people have over you, bro, is unsaid. A lot of times, unless it's actually vocalized, most of that power don't even get addressed. So they could be oblivious, but because of your mental image of how you think they are thinking, you holding yourself back. What? Stop doing that, right? You have to be willing to sacrifice and put yourself out there, right? Putting yourself out there, meaning you can't give up. Bro, try everything. You have one life. Well, I don't believe that. I believe, we come back, but you have, and right now, you got one soul, one body, and you letting people who are not even going to be your friends in 5 years. If we being real, you letting people who's not even going to, who would never reach out for you the way that you actually need them to reach out to, keep you from putting yourself out and trying new things to upgrade yourself to that extra level, bro. In order for a door to be useful, you gotta walk through it. What's the point of a door if you're just gonna look at it? Just put a wall there. And sometimes that happens spiritually. Sometimes your guides and your ancestors, they'll open the door multiple times, but because you refuse to walk through, they will just replace it with a wall. Because why on earth would they put so much more energy? Because doors are spiritual. That's a lot of spiritual energy. Why in the world would someone keep on opening doors if you actively choosing against it? You know what I'm saying? The things that life has destined for you, you still have to reach out and take. You still gotta go take that. So you can't ever let nobody, especially during that core base moment where you first jumping off, you're gonna be alone at times. People are gonna clown you for trying. But here's the thing, there are more clowns who are not trying, supporting all these individuals who actually did take a step back, say fuck all the haters, and end up putting their life in a higher trajectory. Like for instance, and I'm talking people who we labeled as weird, right? For instance, Lil Uzi Vert. I love Lil Uzi Vert. I do. I love Lil Uzi Vert because his mind, what people don't really analyze about him is his mindset that he had to have in order to get through the shit. When this nigga first came out, let's start there. Let's first start there. This was kind of like, Lil Uzi Vert was kind of at that beginning age of when like these SoundCloud rappers was putting little in front of the name. I'm not calling Lil Uzi Vert a SoundCloud rapper. He's not. But he was part of that major group of people after Wayne, because it started with Wayne. But, that really did start with Wayne. However, during that time period when Uzi was coming out, a lot of people try to do that little in front of their name after that, right? So let's start with the fact that this nigga is a trailblazer. His name is Lil Uzi Vert. Now, if you were to meet someone, now notice, and maybe I'm projecting, but if you were to meet someone and you ask them, what you do, bro? I rap. Oh, for real, what's your name? Lil Uzi Vert. Off rip, no context of what people are going to judge. And I know he was judged. I know he was judged based off his name alone. On top, this man, at the time he was coming out, this nigga had like purple hair. He had a septum ring. This nigga, he was very rock, punk, rap in this African-American culture of which is very, very, very non-receptive to, I wouldn't say non-receptive anymore, but it can be, we could be very judgmental. And I try not to even judge him. But at that time, when he was, I was like 16 when it first came out. So when I first seen him, I was like, bro, what the fuck? Whoa. Who is this? And then this man, then later on, begins to have one of the greatest music runs to this day in music, hip hop specifically. Why? Because he never changed his character. He put himself out there and did not give a fuck of what the haters said. You know what I'm saying? This is the most unique, like, I'm just using one example. Lil Uzi Vert is one of the most unique individuals on this fucking planet. Like, look at him. And then he turn around and bag JT. What? What? Beautiful black couple. I love that for him. And he's himself, she herself, type shit. And then when you begin to be yourself, you begin to attract other people who like you. In fact, you begin to attract people who might not have even been brave enough to take that step and be themselves, but because they saw you do it. Because they saw you do it, now they gonna do it. Right? You over here wanting someone to push you in that. No, you supposed to be the pusher. Life is pushing you. Clearly nobody else is gonna push you to do this shit. No one is ever gonna push you to do something that's unorthodox. No one's gonna push you to do that. That's gotta be your own decision, right? It is your time. It is your time right now to be yourself, bro, and don't give a fuck. Don't give a fuck, because who are these individuals anyway? Who are these individuals? You have to be very, very, very intentional with the individuals that you have around you. You gotta be very, very intentional with the people that you know is off, but you still allowing in your space, right? If they judge you that hard for trying something new anyway, that's not even your man's. That's not your homie at all, right? Because it's crazy. It's never strangers. That's the thing. It's the strangers that actually hear it and then support you, because they don't have any context of you. But because there's individuals out here who think they know you, they're fantasizing on how your future is supposed to end up. So then when you introduce something to them that doesn't fit their fantasy of you, which is based off faulty information, they shut it down. They try to water your dream down because they can't see the vision that you clearly see, right? That's not your man's. That's not your homie. That's not your homie. If your man's came up to me, if my man's came up to me and said, bro, I'm starting a taco truck and I'm making bread, and he gave me an actual plan, I'm not about to sit up here and nigga, you want a taco truck? Why you want a taco truck? That's dumb. Why would you say that if that's your man's? Especially if he dreaming. You shutting down on dreams. And that's why you have to be very careful who you tell your plans to. I'm not gonna hold you. This beginning part of your renewal, you know what I'm saying? Cause that's what it is. You being renewed. Yeah. You have to be, I'm not gonna hold you. You're gonna hate this, but you have to be isolated. Even if you've been isolated your whole life, trust me. You don't know my background, but I'll tell you straight up. Well, probably do, depending on what videos you watch. I'll tell you straight up. Being isolated ain't no joke. But once you realize how many dream killers there are here, you can't be cool with too many people. You can't be cool with too many people during this time period specifically, because there are going to be individuals who cannot see your vision. Right, there was an analogy. You have to be okay with being under the dirt for a while to grow. A seed is not going to grow if you simply just place it on top of the ground. Because one, there's too many factors that are in the way. You got wind, and then you got people out here. You got all different types of birds coming down and trying to pick your stuff up. Why? Because it's not hidden. You have to be okay with being underground. You have to be okay with it being dark and you not knowing what's going on for a while. That's just part of the process, right? That's just part of the process. But what you don't know is that you being yourself and you sacrificing and you putting yourself out, you're rooting. You don't understand, because it's a lot harder to pull up a plant that's been rooted than it is to lift an unplanted seed. Birds can't come up here and uproot a planted little leaflet. They can't do that. So even when you small and you still sprout out now, even though you small, because of how grounded you is, you're unremovable. You get what I'm saying? But that only comes if you allow yourself to stay in the dirt for just a little more longer. You're going to sprout and you're going to see the light. I promise you. But all you have to do is water your intentions. Give your ideas sunlight. Allow it to see the light of day. And I promise you, you're not going to be in the dark. Man, damn, my lips was trapped that whole time. God damn. You have to be okay with living in the dark for a certain period of time, because what you don't realize is that darkness is actually saving you from being uprooted from future enemies. You got future birds and you got future pests who you don't even know about. And because you in the dirt right now and you watering your plant, and you putting your plant out there where the sun can see it, that's the only time you'll prosper. That is the only time, bro. Put yourself out there, gang. Put yourself out there, gang. Put yourself out there. And so then what did I mean by that sacrifice stuff? Okay, boom. Matter is not created nor destroyed, right? You got 24 hours in a day, and you got a certain amount of energy for the day, depending on how you're taking care of yourself, right? There are bad habits. I know you have. In fact, you got a really bad distraction problem. You got a really bad problem with either procrastination. What else you got? Let me see. You got a bad problem with procrastination, or it's hard for you to pick up new habits somehow. I don't know. And I'm just reading. You know what I'm saying? I could be wrong. You could click off the video if I'm wrong. Give a damn. But that's the case may be. The reason why is because of how this universe works. You cannot gain something without giving something up first. You have too many bad habits. Like, your sleep schedule is not correct. Now, work does shift this a little bit. So if you got like third shift going on, I can't really tell you that. But your sleep schedule is a huge part of that. How you go to bed at night is going to determine how you wake up in the morning, right? So a lot of y'all be confused of why y'all can't get up in the morning and feel energized. Or you can't get up in the morning and get up and go and do what you want to do for the day. You can't get up in the morning and begin to write the way you want to write. Or you just can't pick up anything to happen. It's because the night before, you spent the last hour of that preparation cycle for your mind to go to bed on TikTok. You spent that last hour of you before going to bed, 2 hours, 3 hours, depending on how late y'all staying up. Because I said y'all sleep schedule off. Because so that means y'all could up at 3 a.m. I don't know what y'all doing. You spent your last hour on goddamn TikTok. You spent your last hour on goddamn YouTube. I know you got a YouTube problem. You watching YouTube right now. Don't fucking lie to me. I know you got a YouTube problem, nigga. I got YouTube problem. I'll be on here all day. But you have to understand, what you plant at night is what you're going to reap in the morning. Your thought processes at night is going to determine how you wake up in the morning. And that's why they say never let your girl go to sleep mad. It should be never go to sleep mad, period. But the saying that I know you heard, never let your girl go to sleep mad. Why? Because whatever you sleep on becomes magnified and watered for the next day. And you reap that. You can't do that. So if you want to start new, you have to start. People get fucked up. People like, oh, you want to change your life? Okay, you got to rewrite your mornings. No, that's not it. If you want to change your life, you need to rewrite how you end off your days. That's a bar. I promise you, Sean Near Knowledge. Bro, that's a bar. Huh. That's a bar. Interesting. My bad, y'all. My ancestors. What did I say? I said something about, that really threw me off. My bad. That really threw me off. Sacrifices. Oh, that's the bar. It's not the morning that you need to rewrite, my friend. No. It's the night. You need to rewrite the night before. Because see, if you end off the day and that, see what that does is, first it gets rid of that toxic mindset of, oh, I'll just do it tomorrow. Stop that immediately. End that immediately. Dead that shit. There's no such thing as I'm doing it tomorrow, because tomorrow doesn't exist. It doesn't matter. You can wake up any day, go to sleep any day. Tomorrow will never come, because it's never tomorrow. It's only today. It's only today. There's no tomorrow. Meaning, if you're putting your intentions in a place that doesn't exist. And then wondering why nothing's changing. That's like you wondering why you putting your money in a fake bank and wondering why you can't withdraw that motherfucker. You can't withdraw none of that. You over here getting scammed, putting your money in some sort of what? What y'all be putting your money in? I don't know. But it's not a real bank. And you over here wondering why you can't invest into nothing else. You're putting all your energy in a place that don't exist. There's no such thing as tomorrow. You want to change your life? Write out what you're going to do tomorrow morning, tonight. Write out the goals you want to get done tonight. Especially Sundays is beautiful, but don't wait till the end of the week, because I used to do that. I'd be like, oh, I fucked up the week. I'll just start again Monday. That was that was some of the worst advice I gave myself. I used to give myself like, damn, I want to start this whole week off right. So, instead of starting off on a Wednesday or like a Thursday, or it's the weekend, right? It's a Saturday. I'm not going to start it on Saturday. I'm going to start it on a Monday. No. That Monday don't exist. You don't even know if you're going to make it for the next 2 days. You don't know that. You betting. And I'm going to be talking all day. Bro, when you say, I'm going to do something tomorrow, when you say, I want to plan to do something later, when you say what you're doing is you're gambling. You are gambling with time that's not yours. You gambling with somebody else's money? That's crazy. That time not even yours. You don't own time. You get a certain amount of it. And you got an expiration date. I promise you do. I promise you do. I do. Everyone does. You are given, at the most, they said, how many weeks of life? It's like 300 weeks of life. It's like 4,000 weeks of life. And by the time you turn 20, like 1,500 of that is gone. You got about 4,000 weeks, your whole life. By the time you 20, that's like 1,500 gone already. You got 4 bands. And by the time you watch this, you already spent 1,500. But you can't account for none of it. And you still gambling. Why are you gambling, my boy? You gotta okay, so boom. What does that mean, right? What else do you gotta sacrifice? You gotta sacrifice. First, you gotta start being honest with yourself too. You gotta start writing out the times you feel slow or the times you feel yourself procrastinating. Write out your triggers. Write out the things that you know distract you. Social media, pornography, weed. I had to cut out, for this period of time in my life, I had to throw away weed. After I realized what it was doing to me, I threw my last, whatever I had in the trash. Not to say that weed, and because here's the thing about these substances, like, I'll never say this about alcohol, fuck alcohol. But as far as anything that grows out the ground, weed is not supposed to be demonized. Weed's not evil. And it doesn't make you slow if you don't allow it, because there's been times of which I have been very productive with weed. But if you get too comfortable with it, if you get too comfortable with it and you do not sit and regulate the amount of times you smoking, it becomes toxic. Because now it's fucking with your daily schedule. My boy, shorty, give it up. Even if it, and a lot of people will end up snuffing out their own potential because they give up things they know is not inherently bad in itself, but don't realize that it's their use of it that's making it bad. You gotta understand that, right? And then they be saying like, "Oh, I'm not addicted. I'm not." You can get addicted to weed. You can get addicted to weed. I am a 420 connoisseur. I've been to all different types of dispensaries in this city. It don't matter. I love weed, and I will tell you straight off your mouth as a weed smoker who just quit, cold turkey. You can get addicted to weed. You can get addicted to anything, and that's what I'm telling you. You gotta sacrifice that. What are you addicted to? In fact, there it is right there. You need to write down your addictions because you are addicted to something. You need to write out all the things that you're dedicated to because you are dedicated to something. Some of these things you're dedicated to sleep. Some of y'all is dedicated to that bed. Some of y'all are addicted to y'all bed. Some of y'all are addicted to the food y'all eat. Y'all addicted to fast food. And so you wondering why your bank account keep on going down, but then you look at your bank records. And you got McDonald's, you got Wendy's, you got Arby's. You're not probably at Arby's. you got all these different type of places. And you wondering why you can't go nowhere. But then you don't want to even hold yourself accountable for the food you spending, the money that you spend on food. You don't realize because of your relationship with it, and because you say, "Oh, I need food and I need it to be convenient," you're dismissing an actual toxic trait that you have yourself. You're addicted to buying fast food. You're addicted to taking naps and going to sleep, but you're avoiding something. If you do that, if you're in the bed a lot, you're just avoiding stuff. Do shadow work. Addicted to TikTok, addicted to all that. Find out what you're addicted to and shed it. Even if that means like coming back to certain tools that will help you later on. I am telling you straight up, I was gonna be smoking again. I'm telling you that straight up. But I'm not smoking right now because I know that my relationship with it at the moment is not the best. Right? A lot of y'all need to give up masturbation if y'all haven't already. That should make y'all lazy. Made me lazy. You get rid of your life force, nigga. Reality TV shows, drama. Oh my God. Y'all actively, you gotta be careful what you consume because you are what you eat. If you only consume drama, whether if you are not a drama person or not, if you are not drama-based yourself or not, you're going to attract drama in your life. It doesn't even have to be you as an individual. It could be anybody. But you were just going to attract that type of lifestyle. No. If you were watching these reality TV shows and shit, if you are here entertaining toxic ass apps like Shade Room shit or accounts like Shade Room shit, what do you think you're going to attract in your life? You are what you consume. Fact of the matter. You can't change that, right? Once you implement sacrificing your addictions, your addictions, and once you implement planting at night, the night before, rather than trying to plant something in the morning and then try to get a harvest later on that night and it don't work out, so then you try to do it again the next morning. Cut that cycle. Do it today. Write it out right now. Do it right now. It's the door, that door I was talking about earlier, it is closing. And you're going to be stuck here for another couple months, years, depending on what time your cycles go on and off. I'm not staying stuck here, though. I'm not stuck here. I'm not. I'm good. I made it. I made it out. My goddamn cycles. And I did that. And it takes a lot of writing. A lot. Interest. It smell like weed or so. Introspection and writing this shit. I'm not gonna show you too much. My bad, Joe. I get caught up in my own stuff. I'm like, dang, bro. Write stuff out. Do a lot of shadow work, gang. If you're not aware of what your addictions are, then you need to do a little bit more shadow work because you're not honest with yourself enough. You're too comfortable. Yeah. See, okay, and then this is where I'm gonna wrap up this video. What is the enemy of your growth? What is the enemy of your progress? It's comfort. At the end of the day, it's comfort. It's comfort. Wherever you are comfortable, whatever you are comfortable doing, you're going to stay. And comfort does not mean feel good. No. And a lot of people don't understand the concept of what comfort is. A comfort is a physical state. It's not a mental state. Your body can be physically comfortable somewhere, but your mind could hate it. This is why people could be in toxic relationships so long and complain about it for so long, but stay. I mean, I'm not talking about like the person can't actually like leave physically, or they got money on top of them. I'm talking about there's people who have places to go, but because of how comfortable their body is in that scenario, they can't move because they're addicted to comfort. What is comfort? Comfort is when your body realizes that it doesn't need to do any new cycles to get some sort of satisfaction. Somehow your body moves in one of those. It doesn't know context. It only knows what makes it feel good or what doesn't make it feel good. Some of this is attention, right? Some of these people are in these toxic relationships so long because there's a certain attention that this individual gives. Or some people are in what else could they be asking for in these things? A lot of people are addicted to the fantasies they have of this individual. Ignoring the reality. A lot of y'all be lying to yourselves, lying to y'all bodies, comfortable in the idea that this person will change. Comfortable in the idea that, eventually things are going to shift with this toxic individual. No. You're addicted. And they're hindering your growth. They're hindering your growth. So yeah, y'all, write down your addictions. Write down your intentions. And then go to bed. Meditate on that. Wake up. I would recommend doing to-do lists the night before too. Because this is the last thing I'm gonna say. Once you realize that when you pre-plan everything out for you the night before, your body is a lot more comfortable doing it. But they also said, this is in the book Atomic Habits. I'd highly recommend you reading this. But they say set up your environment to help you pick up these new habits. In other words, let's say you wanted to go to the gym. the next day. Get your gym clothes and gym shoes out and put them on the bed like we used to do before the first day of school. Do that. Like, make it fun. Bring back those types of memories. Put that stuff out so then when you wake up, that's the first thing you see. I got my instruments out just laying in my room. So when I wake up, the first thing I'm thinking of is, oh, I could go do this real quick. Do that. And that right there is gonna help y'all. So thank y'all. I wouldn't recommend subscribing or nothing. I don't see myself being really consistent right here. But yeah, I love y'all. Pay attention to the stars and pay attention to your world around you, because everything around you is telling you it's that time. Everything is telling you it's that time. It's that time to jump. Don't be scared. It's a lot more scary staying in place, knowing where this place is going, rather than taking that leap of faith. So that being said, love y'all. Don't subscribe. You ain't gotta like the video. I don't give a fuck. You don't really gotta share it or nothing. Alright, yeah. I'll see y'all in the flip. Go Sun Gaze.